Thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Yes, indeed it is. It's the Wednesday edition of the Brian Snow Show, and I am happy to be with y'all this afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome. Man, allow me to get real with y'all, and we're just going to dive right in. I got Brian's Bets coming up, Brian's Bet Slips coming up, and then a couple things in the sports world that I'm going to discuss. And as we are getting into the month of May, I had a long talk with a couple of very important people to me. One of them is the executive producer of this show, Cole Johnson. And the other just happens to carry my last name, my beautiful wife, Jody. And they asked me the same question. The question they asked me, why are you trying to do so much and shorten the time to do it? Well, I couldn't think of an answer, because I launched basically 4 different shows, and I didn't think I'd be able to. I thought, well, my initial thought was I'd be able to get to all of them. Wrong, dead wrong. When it's affected me to the point where I am stuffing my face full of caffeine and not food, yeah, there's a problem. Big problem. When it's affecting me to the point where I'm not going to sleep, part A, and part B, I'm not sleeping well, yeah, there's a problem. Big problem. And the one habit I had stopped doing, writing everything down, from the guests to the timing pattern to how I wanted to outfit the show to my introductions, everything. I stopped writing it all down. Big mistake. Huge, huge mistake on my part. And I know better. I was just so excited to, get back in the chair. And it was this day a year ago that I got back into the hosting chair permanently. Even with an extra trip to the hospital because of wounds on the bottom of my feet, which are now healed, thank the Lord. And I don't mean that sarcastically. I really, really mean that statement. But it just came down to a point of, what do you want to do and how do you want to handle it? And how are you going to handle it going forward? And after a long talk with the missus, there are 3 different podcasts, I will not mention them here, that I basically had to push the plunger and blow up. And the reason I pushed the plunger and blew it up is because I was spreading myself way too thin. Way too thin. And it's my own fault. I happily admit that. It's my own fault. Because, I thought I'd be able to have a handle on it if I scheduled it. And one thing my wife has always taught me, if it's not on the calendar, then it doesn't exist. She's so true about that. Well, a lot of stuff didn't exist because I didn't write it down. I did not. Oh, Lord, I did not write it down. And that's my own fault. I'm in the process of arranging 2 studios in my home now. One to run the main station or stations that I have planned. And there's still a couple of agreements that I need to just buckle down and get back out to the parties involved. So I got that. And the other thing is, allowing myself to rest. And I just thought, I got so much going on. I can, zip through the day, get everything done. No, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. And I finally have come to the conclusion, and the projects and podcasts that I've had to blow up, I do not and will not offer an explanation of why to the people involved. I just know that for my own sake and for my own sanity, I had to push the plunger and blow them up. I had to. Because I was spreading myself way too thin. Way too thin. And it's my fault. It is absolutely my fault. I didn't prioritize. I prioritized some things, but I didn't prioritize the right things. And a part of that has got to be my health. Big part of that has got to be my health. Because there's just no way for me to function if I don't prioritize my health. And yesterday was one of those times where I had problems with my computer, and I said the hell with it. I shut it down. For the remainder of the day, I shut myself and my office completely down. And I just relaxed the rest of the day. Drew Willingham has a great phrase that he uses, and he calls them pocket naps. Boy, I took a bunch of them yesterday, spanning a total of 6 hours. I took a bunch of trap naps. That's the phrase that he used. I took a bunch of trap naps, a bunch. And I didn't realize how much I needed the rest. I really didn't realize how much I needed the rest. And it's led to a better day today. It's led to me finally realizing what time I actually do have to go to bed, prioritizing my rest, because though I am in remission from pancreatic cancer, though I am feeling a hell of a lot better, I'm putting on a lot more weight than I did last year, I'm still not out of the woods. I still got MRIs to do. I still have, I still have some things to accomplish. I have a lot of things to accomplish. Let me say that, but I have to do it in a very timely fashion. I have to, because if I don't, then I am going to wind up in a casket, and I don't want to wind up in a casket. I don't want to wind up in a casket at all. And when I come on the road, I am not going to. I can't sell myself short. I can't sell my ability short, and I'm selling them short every time I get on this microphone, and I half-ass it. That's the best phrase I can think of. I sell myself short every time I get on this microphone and half-ass it. That I'm not full of energy. I am not doing my job. I am not pleasing to you fans that tune into the show every afternoon and every morning because I got Snowman in the morning. And let me make an apology to a good friend of mine named Francis Battaglia. I was supposed to get back to him a month ago with a project that we're working on. That is not one of the ones I pushed the plunger and blown up. And I actually thought of expanding this show another hour. I realized today that's not necessary. Because if I expanded another hour, I won't have much to cover the next day. And the same holds true for the morning show. So in terms of expanding the shows, in terms of time, even with the growth of football and the growth of our football coverage, I'm keeping it where it is. I'm keeping the time. I'm keeping the times where they are, and the length of them. About the only thing I will change is the time of the afternoon show. That is probably the only thing I will change because I want to allow myself enough time to rest after I sign off in the morning and get a few things done around the house. So it may move to a late afternoon because there's something else I have in the works, thanks to my beautiful, wonderful, awesome wife. And there's a move in the works as well. That is going to take about a year. So with all that being said, I want to thank you all for staying with me, for just being there for me and with me. And speaking of being there for me and with me, I am asking everyone within the sound of my voice, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cry. Within the sound of my voice, be it audio or video, to help my family get things back together. It's been, I gotta be completely honest with y'all, it's been a struggle for my wife as I recover from my cancer surgery and get back into the swing of things. We really use your help. We've had people that already donated to the cause, and I thank you. You all know who you are, but we could use some more help because there's a goal that we're trying to reach within a year's time. And any donation that comes in to the GoFundMe address that, for those of you that are watching on CSTV and on YouTube, that you see across your screen, that would be fabulous. If you need the address, just go to gofund.me/E283E211. That is the address. That is the address that you need. And any help that comes in, any help at all, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I can't thank you all enough for staying with me, encouraging me, saying things are going to get together and things are going to get better. I appreciate you guys very, very much. I got a couple of more big announcements coming within the next week, so stay tuned. Speaking of which, stay tuned. We'll get to Brian's bet slips on some games that I have today. And today is the first official day of Brian's bet slips. You can catch during segment 2 of the afternoon show. They would then later be edited and put out on Instagram and TikTok. If you're not following, follow Snowman Multimedia on all of our social media to get more action from Brian's bet slips. Back in a minute. The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up.
Where sports is the base, life and fun of the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
The original drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
So this thing called sports, it has fans again. It has full stadiums, full arenas, and more. And you want to be a part of it, don't you? Of course you do. If you begin to scour the resale market, there will be tickets available. And what you need to get those tickets that you want so badly is SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the app available to you that lends a hand in helping you get the tickets that you want for the events that you want. SeatGeek rates the tickets on a 1 to 10 scale, and the best part is the tickets are vetted for authenticity, so you know what you are getting and you know you are not getting scammed. And now you can save even more by using the code SNOWMAN and getting $20 off with your very first purchase. Yes, you can do all of that with the power of SeatGeek, helping you get to the games that you want, so you fans can fan. So let's all fan.
This is Greg, and you're watching Shady Sports Network. Tune in, hit that like button.
You might wonder, what do these guys do? Player signing announcements. I never in a million years thought you would actually come on to break this news. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody what happened today.
Yeah, man. I just had a workout with the Cincinnati Bengals. Signing me right out.
Without further ado, I'd like to announce that, I'll be taking my talents to Salina Liberty.
This just in. The Major League of Football is reportedly collapsing, unable to pay hotel room bills, with players being kicked out of their rooms and hotel managers asking them to leave voluntarily without issue.
And then we got Lions wide receiver Williams is debuting this week as a starter. That's something to look at as far as the eye test goes. And then another one on the eye test is Mostert might be coming back to Miami. And we can see if he has a role in this offense and see if he can be viable for the next couple weeks coming and help us in the playoffs and possibly towards a championship. That would be very nice, because he's sitting on my bench right now.
I'm in another lane, I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
There we go. Welcome back to this edition of the Brian Snow Show. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I very much appreciate it, and very much appreciate y'all staying with me. Okay, so let's get to a part that we're going to build up, and I want to thank my producer, Mike Doherty, for bringing this to me. We like to call this Brian's Bet Slips. And this is the part where I talk sports, but mix in a little sports gambling along with it, since it's really, really gotten popular. And when Mike brought this to me, I thought, I used to do this for my mom and my dad when we were in a football, when they were in a football pool. Not to mention, I helped out a couple of teachers in high school, so I figure, what the heck? Let's go with it. First game we're going to talk about tonight is in NHL as they start game 1 of this series. It's the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a 7 p.m. face-off at PNC Arena in Raleigh. The puck line says the Devils plus 1.5. You know, given the fact that the Devils are just coming off of a 7-game war against the New York Rangers, and the fact that the Devils stole the Rangers song, and Carolina's been waiting for them, and Carolina has the home ice advantage. I'm going to say go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take that line at 1.5 because it's always game 1 when a team has had more time to rest. In this case, it's Carolina when have had more time to rest than the Devils. The Devils, like I said, are coming off of a 7-game war against the New York Rangers. You have to wonder how much energy that the Devils are going to have heading into Raleigh, North Carolina, and game 1 of this series. I say take that bet. I say take the Devils and take the line at plus 1.5. Second game of the night, the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights. That's a 9:30 Eastern time face-off from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Weird thing is, it's the Oilers that are favored at minus 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and say take that also because Vegas can defend the home ice. They've gotten back into their habit of really defending the home ice. And the forechecking is going to be so important for Vegas coming into this series. Vegas has the home ice advantage. If the Oilers were to win, they would steal the home ice advantage. The other line I want to look at is the total number of goals. They say 6.5 in this game. You know, even with two of the highest scoring teams in the NHL, my bet is to go under. I say go under 6.5 total goals in this game. Because like I said, it's game 1, and you never know what's going to happen in game 1. The Oilers may sneak into Vegas and steal one. You know, we've seen it before in all series and in all sports. Let's talk a little baseball here. The Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. That's a 6:40 first pitch from Lone Depot Park in Miami. The line goes like this. Atlanta favored by 6.5 runs against Miami. You know, this may be a mistake, but I'm going to go ahead and say lay it because I just see Atlanta's offense exploding. 8.5 runs is the over-under. Go ahead and take it. Take the over in this game. I just have this feeling that the Atlanta Braves are going to explode. They're going to explode tonight. I just have I have that thought, and I just have that feeling. One more to go, and it's at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. It's the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics with an 8 p.m. tip-off from TD Garden in Boston. And as ridiculous as the line was for Game 1, Game 2 is even more ridiculous because a lot of bettors are saying that Game 1, in which Philadelphia won with Joel Embiid, was a fluke. And congratulations to Joel Embiid for winning the MVP. I'll discuss that next segment. They have the Celtics favored by 10. And again, I want y'all to gamble responsibly. This is just advice based on what I see and what I have observed. That thought in mind, lay them all. Lay the points because Boston is going to come out like a house of fire in Game 2. And unlike what happened in Game 1 where they only played 46 minutes, they're going to play 48 minutes, and they're going to walk all over Philadelphia. The over-under is 216 in this game. And given what happened in Game 1 when they scored a combined total of 234, I say go with the over. Brian's bet is to go with the over. If you have any suggestions of games you want me to look at or do some predictions for, you can reach me at Snowman Multimedia, and I will do it in a TikTok video. And if you want to learn more and see more behind the scenes stuff, go to patreon.com/ STM Sports Radio Network. And that, my friends, concludes the Wednesday edition of Brian's Bet Slips, powered by Snowman Multimedia Sports. Go to snowmanmultimediasports.com to learn more and to see more. We're back in a minute. Hey y'all, Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wise El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Join us, won't you?
Sure. We all know ghosts exist.
I'm getting a really dark energy.
But if you trying to hunt them, there's one simple rule you gotta follow.
What the hell was that?
Guys, hurry up and get the hell out of there. No matter what happens, stay calm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Oh, hell no!
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Okay, that's a balloon. It looked like it was a demon.
Wow.
We be fly for nothing. We be fly for nothing. O-E-O, mucho, run it.
So where are we going?
A haunted pinata shop.
What?
An old Korean brothel.
Oh, Lord.
A funeral home in Compton?
Yeah.
You don't like us, do you?
It's business.
I get fly for nothing. I roll with O-P-O.
Official paranormal operations, baby.
We got infrared cameras set up all over the place.
Whatever's in there, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Y'all down with it?
What the is this? I have robot strapped to my abdomen.
What the hell is going on?
Are you with us right
Gentlemen, you okay?
Guys, we got action.
I feel like something's in here with me.
Don't nobody want you with us.
Man, they got some going down in there.
It could be a succubus.
Suck you, huh?
It's an energy that feeds upon you in a sexual way.
Not with the teeth like that?
Oh, yeah.
We be fly for nothing.
All right, investigation's over. This bitch is haunted as
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
Welcome back to this Wednesday edition of the Brian Snow Show. And I'm going to take a suggestion from my producer, Mike Doherty. I'm sorry about the shaking camera on the tripod this morning as I am out and about. But we're going to go with a rapid fire edition of Brian's Bet Slips. We're going to try to recap all of the picks I've made within a minute. Devils and Hurricanes. That's a 7 p.m. puck drop. Line says Devils plus 1.5. I say go ahead and take it. Then you have the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights at 9:30 from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Oilers are favored by a goal and a half. I say go ahead and take that one. I have the feeling Vegas is going to score the straight-up win. Over under 6.5. Brian's bet is under. A little bit of baseball. The Braves and the Miami Marlins at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Run line is Atlanta 6.5. Go ahead and lay that because I just expect the Atlanta offense to explode. Over under 8.5. Take it. Take the over in this case. We're going to make this better as we go along. Last but not least, Sixers and Celtics. TD Garden in Boston with an 8 p.m. tip-off. Line says Celtics by 10. Go ahead and lay. I say go ahead and lay it. Over under 216. The bet is my bet is the over. And that is a rapid fire edition of Brian's bet slips for this Wednesday afternoon. Okay. Speaking of bets, did anyone bet on Joel Embiid winning the MVP or being announced as the MVP last night? I sure as hell didn't. Because the MVP, I thought the definition of the most valuable player was just that, most valuable player for the team most valuable player to his team. And for me, that would be one Nikola Jokic. But as my partner Cole Johnson explained this morning, he politicked, he whined, he bitched, he moaned, he did everything, saying last year that he was robbed of MVP, and I believe he wasn't because Nikola Jokic was just that much better, and he was that much better this year. There's one thing that should disqualify Joel Embiid from being the MVP, and that's his availability or lack thereof. You know, I've been told so many times in the world of sports, playing it and watching it, your best ability is availability. And Joel Embiid just, one person, just hasn't been available. He has not been available at all. Here's one thing that I've said about Joel Embiid many times over. I do not doubt his physical prowess. I never will doubt his physical prowess. Okay? You know, Joel Embiid said himself, you know, he doesn't like to take threes. That frightens me. That absolutely frightens me. And the reason it frightens me is because why do you have a big man, 7 feet tall, 260 pounds out at the 3-point line? You know, Embiid himself said he didn't like taking threes because of the spacing. Because of the spacing. And you can blame Ben Simmons for that. And with James Harden, it's the same problem. You're swiping a problem for a problem. That's what happened when they made the trade last year. Ben Simmons for James Harden, or as my friend Victor calls him, Stay Puft Harden. Period. End of story. End of story. Therefore, I feel Nikola Jokic is the more complete player. He continues to improve as the more complete player, and he should have had his he should have been awarded his third consecutive MVP or announced thereof last night. They wanted to give it to Embiid because he whined all year since the announcement was made last year that Nikola Jokic was the MVP. He did the same thing that Russell Westbrook did in 2017 and James Harden did in 2018. And I've made the contention as far as MVPs go that Russell Westbrook should not have gotten the award in 2017, and that James Stay Puft Harden shouldn't have gotten the award in 2018. Why do I say that? Because Stephen Curry should have won them both. Stephen Curry should have been the first 4-time of back-to-back MVP, and that should have been that. Unfortunately, two things worked against him. First of all, Stephen Curry missed a lot of games. And second of all, the fact that he played with Kevin Durant And the way they were playing, and the way they were playing lights out, along with Klay Thompson, along with Draymond Green, canceled each other out. It canceled each other out. So unfortunately, with that circumstance being there, Russell Westbrook, who averaged a triple-double for the 2016-2017 season, a historic day, as one announcer called it, should not have been. Should not have been. Go back and look at the tapes. You know how many times Russell Westbrook pushed his teammates out of the way for rebounds? That's not a good teammate to me. And now Westbrook is going to get cut by the Clippers, thank God. And someone else will take on that ridiculous personality and that ridiculous style of play. But that style of play is a discussion for another time. Back to this discussion right here for most valuable player. The most valuable player should have been Nikola Jokic, period. It should have been Nikola Jokic, period. Because Jokic was the most valuable player to his team. If Nikola Jokic is not there, Denver is not the number one seed in the West. I'll break it down the way my partner Cole broke it down this morning. You could have given it to Giannis because Giannis was on the best team with the best record, even though they got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs by the Miami Heat. But the NBA is thinking, oh, he already had his shine. He doesn't need any more. Really? Really? Jokic has won the last 2 MVPs, and I just saw a comment in the comment section. I'll get to that in a minute. Hawk TV is at it again. Jokic has won the last 2, and the NBA figured, okay, that's enough. They did the same thing to Michael Jordan in 1993, although Charles Barkley put up a hell of a season, okay? There's no argument there. This also leads me to the question of why don't they award this and include postseason performances as well? But like I said, that's a discussion for another day. And then there's the case of 2017-2018, where the team with the best record, the Houston Rockets, had James Stay Puff Harden on their team, launching threes at an alarming rate, traveling every time that he steps back to take a three. Meanwhile, Stephen Curry cooked him in Games 6 and 7 of the Western Conference Championship, including Game 7 in Houston. But unfortunately, he was playing with Kevin Durant, and they canceled each other out. You saw what happened in the World Championship Series. Steph was on his way to his finals MVP, then Kevin Durant stepped up in Game 3 when the Splash Brothers couldn't do anything. That's where that shifted. So now Joel Embiid has his MVP. Bravo. Congratulations. Now get your ass back on the court, will you please? One thing that should be taken into account when it comes to most valuable player discussions, your best ability is availability, period. And to me, Joel Embiid has not been available. And to me, Joel Embiid is missing Joel Embiid is a physical freak of nature, okay? But there are 2 problems haunting Joel Embiid. One is his availability because he's always injured. And 2, when I kept asking, do you think Joel Embiid will ever put it all together? Now I'm going to answer that question. No, I don't think he will put it all together. Because I believe as long as he's in Philadelphia, he will never be allowed the mental capacity to put it together and demand the ball in the post where he needed to cook. And I believe against the Boston Celtics, it's going to come back and bite him in the ass. It's going to come back and bite him in the ass. Until Doc Rivers goes, until Joel Embiid goes, the Sixers will not advance. Well, one of the two, either Rivers goes or Embiid goes. Or you cut the reason that they're going to fail anyway. James Harden. Cut him loose. Cut him loose. Oh, and let me put a comment up and respond to it. And your Kang deserved to get an MVP vote. Why? Why? I just want to know why LBJ deserves an MVP vote when he hadn't played like an MVP. Oh, you didn't hear me, did you? I will say it again. He didn't play like an MVP. Last night, Anthony Davis did, and I gave him all the credit in the world, and I will continue to do so. LeBron James, for the first time, was shut out of the MVP voting, and I hope he continues to get shut out in MVP voting because he does not deserve an MVP vote, period. He doesn't have a legacy. He doesn't have an era. He doesn't have a physical post move that he commits to memory. He travels almost every time he touches the doggone ball. He is fundamentally flawed. And yet he has had such an influence on this generation of NBA basketball players that most of them, not all, most of them look up to him as their influence, and that's an incorrect move. That's an incorrect move. For legacy, my ass. Let me look at this camera and say it again. LeBron James does not have a legacy, period. And in my eyes, he hasn't had a legacy. He will never have an era. It should have the transfer era should have gone from Kobe to LeBron, but Stephen Curry stepped in the middle of that and said, "Give me that mantle." He took it, he ran with it, and I'm happy that he did. Period. I'm happy that he did. And I finished with this. I finished this segment with this. Dear LeBron, you will never get another vote for MVP again, and you will never get another championship again. Back in a flash. The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Hey y'all, Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wise El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Join us, won't you?
Sure. We all know ghosts exist.
I'm getting a really dark energy.
But if you trying to hunt them, there's one simple rule you gotta follow.
What the hell was that?
Guys, hurry up and get the hell out of there. No matter what happens, stay calm.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Oh, hell no!
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Okay, that's a balloon. It looked like it was a demon.
Wow. We be fly for nothing. We be fly for nothing. O-E-O, mucho. Run it.
So where are we going?
A haunted pinata shop.
What?
An old Korean brothel.
Oh, Lord.
A funeral home in Compton?
Yeah.
You don't like us, do you?
It's business.
I get fly for nothing. I roll with OPO.
Official paranormal operations, baby.
We got infrared cameras set up all over the place.
Whatever's in there, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Y'all down with it?
What the is this? I have robot strapped to my abdomen.
What the hell is going on?
Are you with us right
Gentlemen,
now?
you okay?
Guys, we got action.
I feel like something's in here with me.
Don't nobody want you with us.
Man, they got some going down in there.
It could be a succubus.
Suck you, huh?
It's an energy that feeds upon you in a sexual way.
Not with the teeth like that?
Oh, yeah.
We be fly for nothing.
All right, investigation's over. This bitch is haunted as
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is The Brian Snow Show.
Down the stretch we come here on this Wednesday edition of the Brian Snow Show. And let me thank a few people. My executive producer, Cole Johnson, the producer of this show, Mike Doherty, our engineer extraordinaire, Mr. Victor Locke, and, of course, the one of the chiefs of operations, of course, the lovely Jody Kay, for putting everything together. And to borrow my late father's words, getting some order about myself and getting some order about this show. I close with this. And I want to thank Tom O'Boyle, the man in charge of CSTV, or one gentleman that's in charge of CSTV, for giving me the subject this morning. We didn't expand on it, but I'm going to expand on it here. Kyler Murray needs to go. Kyler Murray needs to be traded or cut from the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals need to invest in a true quarterback. Because from what I have seen, and remember, one person, Kyler Murray hasn't done much. He scrambles, he can throw the ball, he just doesn't throw it well. Something Jay Spivey has said very often. The worst coach position right now in the 21st century in football is quarterback. You can tell by some of the play on the field. I'm looking at you, Lamar Jackson. I mean, I love what Lamar does. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I love what Lamar does, but he needs to develop into being more of a pocket passer, and part of that falls on the Ravens organization for not getting many weapons until now. DeAndre Hopkins will leave Arizona. And then what? No more Murray magic. And to be perfectly honest, there hasn't been that much Murray magic, even though they got in the playoffs in 2021. There has not been. Ooh, I'm gonna make some Arizona Cardinal fans angry, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it real. There has not been any Murray magic since he connected with DeAndre Hopkins on a miracle touchdown pass to beat the Buffalo Bills. And what did that lead to? A non-playoff season. A non-playoff season. As long as Kyler Murray is the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, and he doesn't learn how to be a quarterback and always justifies himself as a runner, a running quarterback, the Arizona Cardinals are doomed. I say the same thing about one Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. But the Bears seem to have solved their problem, seem to have, I beg your pardon, by getting some offensive linemen, which is one position my beloved 49ers addressed, but they didn't do it in the draft. And something John Lynch said, and I love the way he put it, I'm not going to draft an offensive lineman just to be drafting one. There's strategy involved. Lots and lots and lots of strategy. And right now, the Arizona Cardinals are not invoking a strategy at all when it comes to Kyler Murray. I mean, how can you 1 minute stand on your morals and tell Kyler Murray you have to do more homework? Because if you look at his play on the field, he doesn't study. All he knows is if you don't see anybody take off and get the yards that you get. Meanwhile, Kyler Murray is taking hit after hit after hit after hit, and his offensive line is not keeping him upright. So the Cardinals need to get rid of Kyler Murray. Herein lies the problem. Who's going to take that contract? Who's going to be willing to not only take the contract, but eat it? Who's going to be willing? Who is going to actually be willing to take that contract on? I don't see it happening. I do not and will not see it happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. So Kyler Murray is stuck in Arizona and the Cardinals are stuck with him. They need to find a way to find a trade partner that will be willing to eat that contract. Because now you've paid Kyler Murray a bunch of guaranteed money that he didn't earn, a salary that he has not earned. I mean, at least with Lamar Jackson, he has a unanimous MVP in his back pocket. But see, to me, one person, you earn your keep in the playoffs. How many times has Kyler Murray been in the playoffs? Once? Good answer. And my question to the Cardinals organization is this: do you have any direction with him? Which prompts the back door to that question: are you going to have any direction without him? Two big questions that you have to answer. And right now, the Cardinals don't have an answer for it. Here's a third question when it comes to Kyler Murray. Who's he going to lean on as a running back? Who is going to be willing to take a chance and take that bet on being the bell cow running back for an Arizona Cardinals team whose offensive line was a sieve the last 2 years and barely averaged 4 yards a carry? Doing it by committee is one thing. If it's out of necessity, then I can understand that. But doing it by committee just because? And you don't have, maybe I'm old, maybe I'm too old, maybe I'm too old school, but I'm just so used to seeing teams having that bell cow running back, which the Eagles now have with DeAndre Swift. And what are the Lions going to do? Jahmyr Gibbs? What? I believe it when I see it. And I know that's what a lot of Cardinal fans are saying right now. I believe it when I see it because for some reason they believe in Murray. I didn't see much from him at Oklahoma, and I don't think we're going to see much from him in Arizona with the Cardinals. Hey, who knows? The Jets may be able to may want to take on this contract after Aaron Rodgers falls to the dirt this coming year, because the Jets are not going to do anything with Aaron Rodgers, are they? Some people actually believe the Jets are in position for a long playoff run with a quarterback in his 19th year. Who's he going to throw the ball to? Which circles me back to the question I have with Kyler Murray and this ridiculous contract, which is the size of the state of Arizona, and he has proven nothing. He's proven nothing. What is he proving? That he can avoid a sack in the end zone and throw a 5-yard pick six? Because that's the legacy of Kyler Murray right now. And as long as he has the mentality of being a running quarterback and continue to take hit after hit after hit after hit, the blame falls on 3 places. 1, Kyler Murray, for not getting through his progressions quicker, which leads to him studying the playbook. 2, the lack of a running game. When you can't turn and hand the ball off 25 times to a bell cow running back, you got a problem. Big problem. And 3, the Cardinals organization. See notes 1 and 2 for more details. So until all of that gets fixed, and Kyler Murray is actually gone from Arizona, they're stuck with each other in a marriage made in hell. Hate to say that, but find the lie. And speaking of finding the lie, we are done here this afternoon. I will be back in studio tomorrow. Want to thank everybody involved with the Brian Snow Show and thank everybody involved with Snowman Multimedia. Want to learn more? Go to snowmanmultimediasports.com for more information. Lots more information that I'm going to be personally putting up this afternoon. God bless y'all. I will see you tomorrow when I'm back home in studio. So long, everybody.
Thank you for tuning into The Brian Snow Show, where sports is the base, life and fun are the results.